Hi guys, it is Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. You're more than welcome here and I hope you like it. It is a bit of a roller coaster. But it is what it is. For those of you returning, thank you so much for coming back, guys. It means the world to me that you guys watch my videos, and let's get started. Today is May 6th. That's it, the 6th. Wednesday. And today we are going to talk about what we did in the month of April, show you what I did, and then count my labels. So, here we go. In the month of April, there was a lot of granny square making. Now, I do have a notebook where I write down if I finish something within that day. Now, granny squares, even though they're part of a bigger project, I always wrote down the granny squares once they were finished because it was a finished object, right? All right, so I'm not going to go through all the granny squares, but for the most of the days, I did granny squares. But in the beginning of April, I did 4 baskets, and I'm going to show you what I have, right? Because some things I gave away and, were presents, like for Easter and stuff like that. So I don't have everything. But what I do have, I'll show you. So in April, on the 3rd, I finished 4 Easter baskets. And those all went for presents for Easter. And then on the 5th, I did an Easter basket, another one. And that one's right here. This one is finished. Now, there are some that aren't finished yet that I started making, but we're not making them Easter baskets anymore, But anyway, this is the basket that we finished. And I will be using this, in the house. I'll be using it for myself. Now, here we go. That was one of them. And then I made 2 scrubbies, which I have. I haven't used them yet. So I can show you those. Here they are. 2 little scrubbies. I like these for my dishes. Oh, I have one that I made when I first got the scrubby yarn, and I still use it. I wash it, and I use it, and it's still in good condition. I mean, not great condition, but it's still in good condition. There's no holes or anything in it. But I just wanted to have 2 more that I could use, that I can use. So I made 2 of those. And then there were 2 granny squares. Like the whole week of the first week of April was almost nothing but granny squares. We also were able to make the centerpiece, which is right here, for my table, which I already have been using. But this is the centerpiece for the table. Here we go. That's the right side. And I think it came out beautiful. It looks wonderful on my table. And I have coasters, which I still have to weave in the ends. And I know it's been a crazy month. And I did I think, my body's still, not great with the fibromyalgia because of the weather, but it will all get finished. They just need the ends woven in, but here are the coasters that I made. And, all of the wonderful, beautiful granny squares that I made throughout the entire month of April went to 4 big projects. No, that's wrong. 3 big projects. Wow, they went to 3 big projects. Before we get to that, though, there was one other thing that I made that was small, which was this headband. Now, I was trying to make a headband, and again, you know, like usually the first one is just like a prototype, and you learn from that first one what to fix in the next one, right? Until you get it down the way you want, because again, I do not follow patterns. I do not follow tutorials. Everything I make is from what I see, and I make it my own way. I figure it all out how to do it, because that's just the way my brain works. But I did make this bandana or headband. Now, I haven't used it yet. I don't know if I really like myself with headbands and bandanas and stuff like that, but I'll put it on just so you could see. And the straps aren't very long because I don't like them hanging down. Now, I've made regular bandanas. Like the way, if you know who I'm talking about, Passionate Kelsey does. And I do make that style. I don't know if you could see. But I didn't really tie it on. I just I don't like myself with hats or bandanas. I think that they look so weird on me. But anyway, I made this headband. I mean, my hair's always a mess, but anyway. It's long, and I really don't, unless I'm going somewhere like fancy or out, I don't really do my hair. But I made this headband. And then there were the 2 big projects that I finished. Now, unfortunately, I did not get to finish the blanket before the end of April. It is what it is. They were very big projects. We spent almost the entire month making granny squares. Like, literally. Every single day, there were granny squares being made. I made so many granny squares. Now, mind you, it's 42 granny squares for the blanket, right? And then it was 16 granny squares for the shawl / cape that I'm going to show you. And it was another 10 granny squares for the cardigan, 5 on each side. And then there was putting it all together. So they were very big projects. Now, after I got all the granny squares done, I was able to finish the cardigan. And then the shawl, or I finished the shawl first. Yeah, I finished the shawl first, and then I finished the cardigan. The blanket is about halfway done, more or less, give or take. Well, technically yes, because it's 7 rows, right, of 6 squares, and I'm literally 3.5 rows in. So I have 3 rows fully done and half of 1. So I'm like in the middle of the blanket, and hopefully the blanket will be done by the end of the week. But our 2 finished projects is what I'm going to show you next, and I'm very proud of them. Now, yes, as my friend pointed out to me, the shawl not so much, because shawls are made to be, shawls are okay if they're oversized. The cardigans, again, was a little too big. Now, like I tried to explain to her, I try to do the measurements, and for some reason, when I measure and I'm doing the pieces by my measurements, they for some reason still come out big. So, it's not like I'm intentionally trying to make them so big. It's just the way they come out. And I don't know why they come out feeling so big when I try to make them to measurement. Because I do measure. I don't know. My body's weird. I don't know. But anyway, all that being said, even if they're the first ones that I make are oversized or way too big, um, you know, I find it easier for me personally, and just the way that my brain works, I find it easier to go backwards. So I always rather make a project bigger because I can figure out much easier what to take away to make it smaller than I have to figure making it bigger. And I know that some of you will understand because I know that some of you, your brain works like mine. I'm sorry. But it's true. And for me, it's easier having something oversized and bringing it down than having something that's too small and making it bigger. Because it's much more guesswork trying to figure out how many more stitches you need and this and that than it is to rein it in my opinion. Now, I know not everyone is like that, and I know that, you know, for everyone it's not the same. But for me, that's just the easy way for me. So when I redo these, which I always do anyway, even if it's making it, you know, like, even if I'm going to make it in a different color and it's fine the first time, I still have to remake it because I'm writing this pattern as I go. And if you don't know, one of my goals is to have all the stuff that I have eventually have actual patterns for them. And I know this might sound weird, but I want to have them written the way that I understand them. Because most people who have dyslexia and ADHD, it's very hard for us to follow along regular patterns. And I've heard it. I've heard people who say that they get confused with patterns. I've had people tell me they get confused with patterns. And it's not that there's something wrong with the pattern. It's that not everybody's brain works the same way. You know what I mean? So when you have dyslexia and ADHD, your brains are wired differently. So the patterns that work for the majority of the people that are crocheting, majority of, you know, the population, for people like us, it's very hard because our brains aren't wired the same. So my goal is to write the pattern the way that my brain can read it. And for that, I have to redo them. Even once I get it all down, I still have to redo that pattern. And then hopefully I can, you know, when I get comfortable with the pattern the way it is, get some people to test it. But that's way far off, right? Right now, I'm trying to... Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. What I'm trying to do now is get enough pieces and enough things made because I want to get them up on my website. And I want them to, you know, have them as custom. So what is on the website, what's going to be on the website will be just the general idea, like what is already made. And then you can pick the size and the colors. And that's what some of them right now are just going to be one size. You know, or, you know, like within small, medium to probably medium large or large, extra large. I'm not sure yet. I'm still working it out. I'm working out the kinks. Now, shawls and ponchos, those are pretty much universal, right? I mean, they're pretty much one size. You know, like, Obviously, some people are bigger than others. It's just, I'm trying to figure out the best way that I want to do it, that what works for me. And I would love to have all these patterns and everything written down, checked, make sure they're good, and have all the pieces themselves ready to go. So, like, I'm going to have them also, when they're done in different sizes, they're going to be in different color schemes or different colors, or, you know, like, just, they're going to be their own piece. So when I show you the poncho that's here that I have already made, that's going to be its own listing. And to get it exactly like that, that's what you would order. Now I'm going to redo that and make another one that's going to be a little bit smaller. So if you want something like that, then that's the one that you would pick. And pretty much each listing will be its own size, if that makes any sense. And I know I'm way off of what this video is supposed to be, and I'm so sorry, so bear with me. We are going to show you the last two pieces that were done in April, and then we will get down to the yarn used, which is so much fun. And I kind of really like, yeah, it was a lot. Let's hope that this month I can keep up to that pace, and that would be lovely. I mean, it kind of sucks because my yarn is winding down and I don't have, oh, we'll figure that out when it comes. But we are going to keep making stuff, and we're going to push on, and let's see what those two pieces look like. I mean, I'm sure if you've seen the videos, you know what they look like, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, can you see me? Is that good? Okay, now, don't mind the mess. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry for it being a little bit messy, but, you know, this is the best room to be in right now, and the lighting, it's gloomy outside, it's disgusting outside, it's been raining on and off all day, but this is the best we're going to get right now. So, here is the cape, shawl, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. The ties are removable. I like them on so that it doesn't just slide off. But here is the cape, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Now, again, for some people, it might be way too big, way too long. I like it that way. A lot of other people like it that way. So that's why I made this first one like that. But this is what we made with the 16 squares. And here is the cardigan. Now, this one did come out also a lot longer than I wanted it to, but that's okay. Because even though this one is big and baggy, you know, I think that it's nice and warm. And let's say that I take this with me somewhere. If I have a sweater on, which yes is rare, but if I have a sweater on or something like that and I want to put this over, it's still going to fit. You know, unlike some things that I have where they're made to fit just right. And if let's say I have a thicker shirt on, it's not going to fit. So that's why I do like to make them oversized, so that way, if I have something on that's other than, a tank top, it's still going to fit. Because just like one of the sweaters that I have, that, it fits just right, like this one, it fits just right. So if I have a thicker shirt and I want to put this on, I can't wear it. But anyway, this is what the cardigan looks like. And the cuffs match the border. And the sleeves match the trim. And I think it came out absolutely gorgeous. And those were the two big items that were finished. Okay, so in total of actual finished objects that are usable, not counting the granny squares because they were finished, but they were put into projects. So we have the cardigan and the shawl, and then we have the two scrubbies. Let's see. That I didn't add up, but I don't know. I think I kind of want to. So we had 4 Easter baskets, 5 Easter baskets, counting 4 in April. Now, mind you, we don't have those, so I can't show them to you, and I don't even know if I have a picture of the other ones that I made. I did put them in the video, but it's all right. So 4, 5, 6, 7... So the 4, 5, 6, 7. We're counting these granny square coasters as 1, right? Because you're not going to have just one coaster. So 7, 8, 9 projects. 10. 11 and 12. So 12 finished projects for the month of April. And 2 of them were very big. We did not get to finish the blanket. Hopefully this month we will get to finish everything that has been left behind since last year. Because we did carry over 4 whips. This month I'm going to try and finish as many as absolutely possible. And anything that was left over from last month or the month before, which I don't think there was anything. I'm pretty sure that everything that's the only thing that was really carried over from last month was the blanket and a case for my tablet. That's it. Because I did get a new tablet, so the case for my tablet so that I can take it with me if I go out. But I don't think that's bad. 12 items, including 2 big items. I think that was pretty good for last month. Now, because they were very big items, and lots of squares. Now, I don't think I finished. Oh, right. So it was 42 plus 10 for the cardigan, which makes that 52, plus 16, which makes that 78 squares. Am I right? That's insane. Okay? 78 squares in one day, right? Because it's 42 plus 10 is 52. No, 68. 68 squares. Yeah, 68 squares. That's a lot of squares. All right. But anyway, here are our yarn labels. Now, they're kind of separated, so I'm just going to finish separating them over here. And then I'm going to show you, and we're going to count them. I do have the count out already, just so you know. And if you can tell, the most used yarn last month was Big Twist. What a shocker. So, we have Big Twist yarn. We have Lily Sugar and Cream, Peaches and Cream, Mandela, the Sparkle, Loops and Threads, and Mainstay. So we used one Mainstay, and this was for the baskets. It's a lentil. So we finished using this. It was added into another basket that I didn't get to finish yet. But we used one. The Loops and Threads. This is the regular solid color, which was pink and cornflower. And we had this Soft Classic, which was the multicolored ones, which is what's in this basket. And that was in the color Lotus Blossom. Then we had 3 Lily Sugar and Cream, which was the centerpiece and the coasters. And then it was Peaches and Cream, which is the headband. And then we had this one, and this is for the shawl that I'm working on. And then we have these, which is the blanket, the cardigan, and the shawl. Cape, whatever it is. I don't know. So in Big Twist, we have 1, 2, 3. And now, if you want to guess how many labels I've used this month, let me know. Put it in the comment section and take a guess. How many do you think I used? So let's start counting these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 skeins. Now, mind you, some of these weren't, full skeins because they were whatever was left over from the Valentine's Day challenge. And most of them were pinks and reds. Now, I did have to grab some skeins to finish up the blanket, but the majority of the blanket was made with scraps. And we have Varsity Red, Lilac, Hot Pink, Pale Yellow, Varsity Yellow, Lilac, Light Rose, Camel, Olive Drab, Toffee, Varsity Yellow, Olive Drab. Wait, where did I put that one? Right there. White, Medium Rose, There's light rose, hot pink, varsity red, camel, pale yellow, lilac, varsity yellow. There's a lot of colors here. Hot pink, which we have right there. Soft purple, white, grape, purple, varsity yellow, varsity yellow, pale yellow, white, grape, sage, olive drab, and toffee. And actually, funnily enough, most of these are from the cardigan and the, what do you call it? Shawl, cape, whatever. Okay, so two grape, 1 purple, and 1 soft purple. That was for the blanket. 2 hot pink. 3 white, which was also for the blanket. We counted those. Oh, sorry. Light rose, 1. Lilac was 2. Medium rose, 1. See, a lot of these were just, you know, whatever was left over. Varsity red, 1. So for the blanket, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For now, because the blanket's not finished yet. So for the blanket in April, we used 14. Now for the 2 cardigans that are, the cardigan and the shawl that's finished, we used 4 varsity yellow, 1 camel, 2 pale yellow, 3 olive drab, and 3 toffee. So for both of those items, we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, in total, how much was this again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was still more for the blanket. I thought that those two would have probably been more, but the blanket's not even finished. Granted, some of these were not full skeins. But anyway, trust me, they count also for the yarn that was used that was not counted because the skeins weren't finished. So it all evens out. So in total, we had, and I don't know why I didn't do that. Hold on a second. So in total, for the big twist, we had 27 skeins of the big twist. And then we went over these already. So in total, we used 36 skeins for the month of April. And these are big skeins, right? So for the total yardage used in the month of April, with 36 skeins of yarn, we used 12,476 yards of yarn for the month of April, give or take. Because again, there were skeins that for the cardigans that were not finished, that were halfway. So whatever we used that was halfway, it balances out. So a total of 12,476 yards. Wow. 12,476 yards of yarn were used. 36 skeins in total for the month of April. Now, I am very proud of myself. And, you know, I do use a lot of acrylic yarn. It's just because I make a lot of wearables. Now, most of these skeins that I use are very large skeins. Is that going to fit? It's always 200 or something yards a skein. But I am proud of myself. I think I did a good job. We are going to put these away and hold them for the entire year, right? So that we know how much yarn we used in that entire year. And we're just going to keep holding on to them, and we're going to keep going. Okay. So, sorry, they were all over the place and they fell and I was picking them up. But this is what we used this month. Now, you let me know. Do you think it was a lot? Do you think it was a little? What did you guess? I think I did pretty good. We'll see how many skeins we use this month. Now, whether it's, I think this was the best that I did throughout all the months, I think. I'm not going to go check. But, you know, I'm very proud of myself. I think we used quite a bit of yarn. I think I made a lot of pretty things. Like I said, this month we're going to focus on finishing up other projects. You know what I mean? And trying to get whatever is straggling. The only two things that I'm going to most likely not touch within, like, because I want to work on it in June and August, will be the Halloween cardigan and the Christmas cardigan. Not June, I'm sorry, July and August. So the Christmas cardigan will be done most likely in, you know, Christmas in July. I want to, in July, do a bunch of things that's patterns and stuff like that. Sweaters, cardigans, whatever it may be for Christmas. Because, you know, it gets so busy after the summer, you know, because you want to prep for Halloween and you want to prep for whatever it is, Thanksgiving, that Christmas always gets done last, and then you want to make stuff for Christmas in December, which doesn't work. So we are going to actually do Christmas first this year and focus on Christmas in July. And, you know, I would like to do a bed skirt, finish the cardigan. I would like to make another sweater. There's a few things that I want to make for Christmas. And maybe make some ornaments. Who knows? Make some little ornament stockings. But that's going to be for July. And then in August, I want to start prepping for Halloween. You know, whatever, the cardigan I want to finish, that one's going to go up on my website because I already have one. There's, you know, like I have to make a conical hat. Actually, I have to figure out, because, you know, I made my conical hat. If you didn't, you should go watch that video last year. For Halloween, I made a conical hat. I don't know if I have it in a video. Do I? I know I showed pictures of it, but I don't know if I filmed myself making it. But anyway, I have to make another one because I do want to have one in all black. That one is in like gray and black and a multicolor from Loops and Threads, which was black and grays kind of. And I think there was gold mixed in there somewhere. But I have my conical hat, and my friend, what's that called? Practical Magic is coming out, and she wants to wear a conical hat for the movie, which I think is at the end of September. Maybe. I don't remember right now. But I do need to make her one. She asked me for one, so I'm going to make her a hat. And we might be doing all of that in August. So we have to wait and see if I use as much yarn in the next months that I have in this month. I think this month was the month to beat. But then here comes December. That's going to be a heavy month because I always go crazy. And we have that blanket to make too, although it's supposed to be a scrap blanket. Yeah. You know, we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know if you're surprised that I used 36 skeins this month and used over 12,000 yards of yarn. And let me know what you think. And again, this month we're going to not only see how much yarn we can use in May, but we're also going to see how many projects we can finish. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out a lot. And if you do like it here and you want to know when I'm on, you can just, hit that notification, and, when it works, it'll let you know when I'm on, because half of the time it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me when I'm notified for someone. And anyway, I know I've been all over the place lately. Number one, that's more or less how I am, all over the place, between the ADHD and the dyslexia and everything else that's wrong with me. And the fibromyalgia makes it very hard for me to sometimes stay focused. But I'm doing my best, and I hope you really like this video. I need to go take a break. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you all stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.